Hi, I'm Chef Jeremy Manley. I own a restaurant called Jeremy's on the Hill here in Julian, California. Today we are talking about knife sharpening. Here we have 3 different knives. We have a boning knife, a santoku knife, and a vegetable knife. When you feel a knife, you don't want to be able to do this. You want to be able to carve on the back of your nail. You should see a little bit of your nail coming out. That's how to tell if your knife is sharp or not. To sharpen a knife at a 15-degree angle, taking your steel, you're going to go back and forth. By doing this, you're realigning the fibers of the knife blade. A lot of people think they have a dull knife that needs to be sharpened. All what this tool is doing is realigning the blades. The way to tell how sharp your knife is to cut an onion. Take that onion and cut it off, and if you can hear your knife cutting through the fibers, it's not sharp enough. A dull knife is a dangerous knife. There's 2 typical chef knives that you see out there on the market. One of them is the traditional German knife, which are your long knives. They're usually about 12 to 14 inches long. And then you have your santoku knife. I prefer the santoku knife because here at the kitchen, we do a lot more chopping. It's lighter and easier on your wrist. Also, the blade's a little bit shorter, so it's easier to work with. This is the Japanese vegetable knife. It's forged with 14 layers of steel, pressed together with carbon fiber. What makes this knife great is how delicate it is. Very commonly found in sushi for cutting avocados and other vegetables and produce use. The difference between this knife and this knife is this knife has a 10 to 15 degree angle, and this knife has a 25 degree angle. It's not that big of a difference, but when you're cutting fine pieces of avocado or you're making sushi rolls, you want that attention to detail, and that attention to detail will add to your plate presentation. This is the boning knife. This is great for taking apart different cuts of red meat, such as leg of lamb, or breaking apart a hind quarter of a full cow. What's great about this knife is it's more heavy duty, it's forged by thicker steel and heavier steel, and it's more maneuverable than this knife. By having a finer blade point and by having a smaller knife, you can get into the hard to reach corners, and it helps with cutting fish as well. A great way to check out where to find a knife and how to buy a knife. Number 1 clue is look on the back and see where it's made of, where its origin is. China does not make good knives. You're looking for a Japanese forge, Swiss forge, or German forge. You can look at specialty shops such as Williams Sonoma and other various places.